Good morning, my name is Denise Pye from Be More Yoga and Fitness. Today I'm going to film a core and back yoga practice. What you will need is a couple of blocks because we're doing some work around the core and we need some back support. So for this particular practice I'll be moving between the long mat that we've got here and the mats behind me so that you should be able to see the various different sides so that you could follow the practice well. So before we do today, just really need to ground ourselves. So if you just take a seat in a position with legs crossed if possible, hands just naturally resting on your knees. Your back should be upright. And if you struggle with this particular position and you need to place something slightly, a cushion or something or a towel, just to tilt the spine, just to ensure you're not sat back like this. So the natural position should be like so. And just close your eyes just for a minute. Take a minute and just breathe evenly. Just allow yourself to free your thoughts that you've had this morning. And just focus on the next hour of practice that you are going to undertake. Allow yourself to think about what you want to achieve from today's practice, being the theme, core and back, and ensure that you do what you can and don't push yourself too far. Take a deep breath, inhale, and exhale, allowing everything to naturally fall. Open your eyes. Guys, just remind you that if you do feel any pain when you're coming into some of the poses, then ease off. Mild discomfort is all you should feel initially when you go into any new stretches, and then you should relax in them. So anything other than that, please ease off, because yoga isn't about getting into that pose. It's just about testing yourself and your own abilities and then through your own muscles. It's not a competition with anyone else. So we're going to start looking at doing a supported supported bridge. So I'm just going to move over to here, and I will take my notes with me as I design classes all the time, just to ensure I've got the right one. What I'd like you to do is take your block. Now you can either put your block, you couldn't put it behind you, but you can either put it on the flat, which is the lowest, okay, like so. You can put it that way, or you can put it high, like myself. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to lie into a bridge, just remove my bobble, and lift my hips, and place the block just nicely on the sitting bones at the back there, to the bottom of the back, where my bones are. So you just got to find a comfortable position, and you will do as you do this practice. What we're doing is we're taking the pressure off the glutes for this one, so that we can do the bridge without lifting the glutes, and we're placing it all on the front of the abs. And it will feel like your abs are just flowing down towards your chest, don't worry. Take your hands, shoulders should be nice and placed nicely on the mat, no issues there, relax, hands down, palms down. So just take yourself in this position for now, neck down and lengthen, and just feel how that feels and get into the comfortableness of it, because at first it feels a little weird. Okay. Once you're happy with where your brick is, and you can move it at any time, if you're not, I'd like you to now to apply some pressure on your abdominals. To do this, you need to lift your right leg up, keeping the left leg on the floor, and holding the knee. So you're pulling the knee towards the chest. Please note, you are highly unlikely to get it there. It's just towards it. What that allows is the hips to stabilise and your abdominals to work. And just hold. Breathe evenly. So what you will feel then is you will feel a little bit of pressure on the lower back. It is completely natural because we have done a back extension, but we're just in the opposite way with the block underneath your back. And then back down. Change. Stabilise yourself. You feel that in your hips. Allow you to lift and grab hold of the other side of the knee and pulling. It's functional. Okay? It's a functional move. Then feel it here. Cross your hip bone into your abdominals, obliques, and then a little bit in the lower back. Please adjust that brick if you're not finding it comfortable. You will find a comfortable place. And then place on the floor. Now we're going to do something a little bit more tricky. So again, you need to make sure you're happy with where this brick is. Okay, hands on the floor, asking you to lift. Okay. So you really need to make sure that is at the bottom of your back so it doesn't roll up and lift up. Right. Now into like a half tabletop. You really do have feeling the core working here to ensure you're stabilised. That is the only thing you can work, and you will feel it again just at the bottom of the back. But it's not pain. Okay, tap the floor with your right toe and breathe in, and then back, breathe out. Left, and then to middle. Continue. One, number 3. One more. Start to feel it really in your obliques where your hip bones meet. Don't worry, it's natural, that's what we're doing. We're aiming for that. Alright guys, could you please lengthen your legs? If you feel uncomfortable, just keep them bent. Just for progression, can you lower, engage those abs and lower your legs around 20%. You'll feel that in your hips and your obliques. If you can go a bit lower, that's fine, but don't go any lower than the brick. Hold, and come up onto the floor. Now that was quite tough on your abdominals. We are going to do it again, just less time holding with the breaths before we release. That should have put some tension on the back and just mobilise the spine ready for the rest of this practice. So bring your right leg in and hold. And then release. Hold. Notice I'm breathing with it and release. Adjust yourselves so that you can bring your legs up. Pull in your core, half tabletop. Tap the right foot down. Release. Left. Right. Left. 2 more times on each side. Allow yourself to focus on your own breathing. And then we straighten the legs. And then you can lower as far as you want. Options. Then stay straight. 10%, 20%. As far as you want. And release. Remove the brick and just bring yourself into balanced position. Just massage the bottom of that spine. Should feel really good now. And now what we're going to do is just stay in this position. I'm going to take the brick back. Brick sideways between your knees. So we're in a half tabletop position here. Okay. Knees raised. And then we've got the abs here. Just put your hands behind your head. And all I'm going to ask you to do is inhale and lift your head towards the ceiling in a crunch and hold. But as you do that, I want you to put the pressure on the inside of your knees against the brick. And try and squeeze that brick as if you wanted to concertina it in, and you should feel everything moving into your abs. Are you ready? Inhale, squeeze and hold, breathe evenly. Hold, squeeze, squeeze, you'll feel it right going down here. Hold, not your breath, just breathe evenly. Release. Now, stay where you are. You will naturally start to push this brick. Try and release slightly. Got one more. Inhale. Hold. Push. Together. Breathe evenly. You get that on the inside of your thighs and the lower abs. And release. Take a break. Take it so that you've got lesser of the brick between your knees. And just, we're not doing a full bridge lift. We're just moving slightly down. So we can feel that in our lower back. And we're going to lift just there. Okay, you'll feel that here, top of the glutes and the back. And just squeeze. Nice breaths and hold. And relax. Now you can take the brick to the side and just roll back up. Forgot to mention, I've just done a spin class. That's why I don't look that fresh, but it's great. My muscles are warmed up, ready for yoga. It's always good to do some exercise if you can for mobility before yoga. Okie dokie. So now what we're going to do is a cat-cow. Okay. So I'm going to ask you if you can get into a tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists, knees hip width apart, head nice and relaxed. Okay. If we start continuing to stay like this, our neck will contract and we'll get neck problems. Okie dokie. Right. So what we do is we inhale and we hollow the back, arms head up, and our tailbone up in the air. This is what it looks like. Inhale. Just do the demonstration. And an exhale, which we roll the shoulders round, pull the belly in, drop the head. We're going to do that 4 times. And then we're going to do our opposite arms and legs for a half plank. Are you ready? Take an inhale. Hollow the spine. Exhale. Round the spine, shoulders and the neck. Make this a really deep transition. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. And last one. Really good thing to do in the morning, this. Wakes you up. Okie dokie. Now I will ask you to do is take your right hand out. Okay, so your left hand out, do apologise, I can be looking at you in a minute. And your right leg extended. Hold. Now look where your hips are and tilt them. So don't want them like that, tilt them so they are parallel, okay, to the floor. Point your toes down, relax your head and hold. 10. Stay where you are. Lovely. Now I'm going to ask you to put your hand down and then put your toe down to the floor. Take this leg up, twist the knee round to the left so that you are in a supported plank and lift the arm. Okay, so all you'll get is the knee down behind you, your toe pointed on the floor and you're in a supported plank. I'm going to ensure I'm fully on my mat. You can see me. Then all I'm going to ask you to do then is lift your leg, take your hand over towards your ears, so you've got your armpit areas, and hold the belly in. Where you feel this is actually your glutes. You'll feel that on both sides of your glutes, supporting on the other one. And then I'm going to ask you if you can, you've got options. This is the highest option, which is a high plank. If you wish to, you can put your knee over just to support, or you can go onto your elbows. If you want to go even further, you can lift into a tree pose. But you do need to lift those hips. Hold. Hold, you'll feel that in your abs. Hold. And go over to the middle. Get yourself in a plank position. If you want to go on your elbows, you can do. All I'm going to ask you to do now is be relaxed with your neck. Drop your knees just for a tap. Take an inhale, drop. Pull the belly back up. Take an inhale, drop. Pull the belly back up. Take an inhale, drop. Pull the belly back up. And again. Okay, lower. You can place your knees on the floor if you need to. All the way to the floor. Lovely. Let me move my nose. Take your hands to the side of your chest. Take a big inhale. Allow your hips to push against the mat. Push. Power your hands against the mat to push yourself up for a back bend. Inhale. Options. This is a full cobra. This is a half. This is a sphinx. Whichever one you want. On the exhale, come down. We're doing 3. Take an inhale. Just know that this naturally can contract your glutes without you even doing so. But when you've done workouts with your glutes, this is a great position. Back down. Last one. Okay. Back down. Now if you can, take a lift into downward dog. If you need to push up on your knees first, that's fine. Up into downward dog. Through your abs. Spine lengthened up. Okay. Push through your calves. Chest moving towards your knees. Head between your arms. And then just relax. And then if you can, just take it a walk out. Don't have to flatten your feet on the floor. I've got a little injury on the left side, so I can't actually do it because it's pulling. But that's not what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve the lengthening of the spine. Make sure your shoulders are rolled out so they don't get pressure on your shoulders. Now all I'm going to ask you to do now is come back to tabletop. Now I'm going to turn around so that you can see me when I do the opposite way. So I'd like to just push down into a child's pose and just stretch your shoulders for a minute. Okay, we're going back into cat-cow. Okay, so take an inhale, hollow spine, exhale, round. 3 times. Okay, regular tabletop, the opposite now. So, we will be taking our left leg out straight and our right hand this time. And hold. Again, make sure you're not in this position. Make sure you're tilted so that everything is facing the floor and your toes are down at the back. But putting your toes down at the back allows you to get that form. Hold, belly. Okay, and then lower the leg, lower the hand, twist the knee, the right knee, out to the back, into supported. Oops, I'll come up on my mat so you can see me. Into a supported plank. Happy with that? Make sure your hips are back and you're not forward like this. And you're nice and supported. Okay, what we're going to do is lift that leg, take the hand over, and stretch on the left side, contracting the glutes on the grounded side as well as the side that's up, using your abs to balance. Next one, lots of options, but we're going into a side plank. Again, if you want to just put your foot forward, you can do. Make sure you're lifting that hips. Progression. Whoops, I nearly fell over there. You know, all have good balance days. Lift up. Or balance sides even. And come across and over to the plank. Okay. Touch knees and up. Okay. Knees again. Pull up. Use your abs to pull up. Touch the knees. Pull up. Breathe while you're doing it. Knees. Pull up. Hold. Lower to the floor. Use your knees if you need to. If you're strong enough, all the way down. Okay. Again, hips towards the floor. Hands to the side of the chest. Use that momentum to push up for however far you want to do it. Inhale. And exhale. Nice back extension. Inhale. Exhale. We have one more. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, please come up and over and sit yourself in a balanced position just to have a minute to just put a little bit of pressure on your body while I set you up for the next phase. Okie dokie. So if you want a drink, let's take a drink. We are now going into the three-legged dog. So we are going to move into a downward dog. To do that, we will actually be forward folding and we'll be doing some planks and cobras. What I'm going to ask you to do is when you get into the downward dog, okay, just demonstrating it for now, the three-legged dog will mean that your leg, your right or left, whichever you're using, is as high as you possibly can get it. And then we'll be pulling in, rocking over the wrists, pointing the toes, holding underneath, allowing the neck to relax, and then pushing back up. Okay, and we'll be doing that 3 times. Alright? And then when we've done that 3 times, on the 4th time, we'll be bringing it through and we'll be creating a low lunge. Hands up behind, and we'll be doing a number of back bends. Okay, I'm demonstrating because this is where we're going with it, okay? We will then move up to the top of the mat, start working on stretching your obliques and moving into a hip opener. So please come with me on it. Now, sometimes when you have a problem with your back, it is the mobilisation of the bottom of your back and your core, but sometimes as well, it's that your hips are really stuck in positions. So to mobilise the hips also helps with the back. That is why we have some hip work in here. Okie doke. So, I've got my notes. Again, because I do that many different classes, I need to ensure that we're doing the right thing. Okay, take yourself to the top of the mat. Take an inhale and arms up. And an exhale, forward fold, please. Allow your head to drop, neck relax, and the crown of your head pointed towards the floor. If you can, grab hold of your ankles. If you're not, it could actually be your shins. The chest moving towards your knees and your gaze is between your legs. Stay in that position for a minute. And then just halfway up, flat back, bend your knees and walk back. Plank. Okay. Lower, all the way down. And take an inhale, your hands at the side for a cobra. Exhale down. And then pull yourself up into downward dog through your core, all the way up. Lengthen the spine, as I demonstrated before, and hold. Get yourself in a position where you're happy and you feel comfortable. Now take the right leg, bend it, and just push it up as far behind you as you can. You may not get it perfectly straight, you might be bent. This is your practice, no one else's. And hold. Okay, now I want you to pull the leg in, okay? Point the toe, hold underneath, roll over your wrist. Take an inhale. Hold. On the exhale, push back through and make sure your head drops. Inhale. Exhale, push back through. Inhale. Okay. Exhale, push back through. And on the next inhale, hold. If you can, allow yourself to put your leg forward. Bend your right knee and come into a position of a lunge. Make sure that your foot is further away, because when we push the knee forward, it shouldn't go over the toes. We've got a hip opener, okay, which is at this side. With your hands down and relax. So you get a bit of a push from the hip opener on the leg. So I want you to take an inhale, push the hips a bit further, and bend the back. Exhale, come back to the beginning. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You should really feel the lengthening of the hip there. Inhale, bend back slightly. Exhale. Okay, within that, I would like to just lift your back leg. Okay, something I didn't show you before. Take your left hand on the floor and twist across your body and look up between your right hands. So you get that stretch on the glutes here. Hands down on the floor. Walk the left foot towards the mat. Okay? And then all I'm going to ask you to do is just widen your feet slightly. And just drop, stay over in a ragdoll. Move this easy. Cradle your hands. Okay? Bend your knees and just rock slightly. Breathe. Where you feel that, is here in your obliques. It's a really nice feeling. Okay. Okay, and then stop. Make sure your feet are tented too. Okay, options. If you want any blocks for this, you can do. Here, I want your elbows placed into your knee sockets, hands at prayer, and all we're going to do is take an inhale and push through, okay, opening the hip area. So the reason why I asked you to put that down is if you want to, you can sit, and if not, you can stay where you are and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift up, walk back into plank, knee taps. Are you ready? Inhale, tap knees, and again, tap the knees. Just use your abs to bring them back up. Tap the knees. Knees. Lower to the floor. Okay, we're going to do 3 cobras. Because we are laying on the back. Take an inhale. And down. Again, inhale. And down. Inhale. And down. Can you pull yourself up into downward dog? You can either use your knees, or if you're strong enough, straight up. We're just doing the opposite side. Get yourself happy that you're in a position of comfortableness before we go on to the left side, 3-legged dog. Okay, take your left leg up and hold as high as you can. Within reason, don't be balancing over. Okay, make sure your core's engaged. And just the same as before, we're going to rock over and hold underneath. Take an inhale. Hold. Exhale, push back through. Use the calf on the remaining leg, the bounce leg, to push through. Inhale. And then exhale, push through and up. Inhale. Exhale, push through and up. Inhale. Exhale, push through and up. Come back through the next one. Forward. Bend your knee for a high lunge. Sometimes the transition is difficult, so just give yourself a minute to manage yourself. Now, from the camera angles, you'll be able to see how my hip will push forward. Know your own body, listen to it. If it's too far, don't go. So you're naturally gently just pushing that hip forward anyway. And then on the inhale, we'll be taking the arms up, pushing a little bit further for a slight back bend. Take an inhale. Exhale. You'll feel like we're really far up here. Inhale. Let's open those hips. Feel your back. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. And exhale. Hands to the floor. Toe into the floor. Lift into a crescent pose high lunge. Okay. Take the right hand forward onto the floor on the inside of the left foot. Open the heart with the left and look towards your left hand as we gaze near fingers. Get the stretch around the glutes. Lovely. And then put your hands together, allow your right leg to join. We're in a similar position. I'm just going to come round to show you so that you can see it from the front. Okay, bend your knees slightly, cradle as before, drop into like a rag doll, allow your neck to be nice and relaxed, and just swing from side to side. Go in, you feel the obliques as you swing.
You feel it, your glutes, the bottom, I think your hamstrings. It's also a nice feeling as the blood rushes through to your head. Stay where you are. If you want the blocks, you can do. Just form your feet a little 10 to 2, bring them out. Put your elbows into your knees. Allow them to push into the socket. Take a breath, inhale, tilt, and open those hips. 1. Push the arms towards, open them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lift up. All the way back to the plank. Okay, so you've got my front side now. Okay. Lower. Take an inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Lift into downward dog. All the way through your Mula Bandha, which is right the way through the centre of your body. Stay there, just relax. Hang out, just for a minute. And then slowly walk your feet, if you can, straight-legged or bent to the top of the mat. Fold forward. Bring them up. Okay, if you want to take a little drink, you can do now. Because we are starting to work through our high lunge with our bricks, okay? So we're doing a bit of work. So you probably see me probably facing forward really here. And I'll move the mat so you can kind of see me from a distance. So you'll need your brick at the top of the mat, alright? In front of you. That's how it will look. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an inhale and forward fold. And then we're going to work using a high lunge. So forward fold, and then we're pushing back into a high lunge. I'm only demonstrating, guys, so you can see, and then we're lifting this, okay? And we're working on obliques and pushing. So it's a really, really good workout for your glutes, okay? So then what we'll then do then is move into a warrior 3. So I'm showing you this way. And then we'll work with the obliques here. If you want to, you can tap your foot down every time. It's really, really not a problem. Once we've done that, the balance will mean we stand here and we put this brick here and work the gravity pushing the knee towards the brick while we try and twist, and you feel that in your obliques. Then we start moving towards taking our hand out to the right side, holding onto our brick and into a half moon with the extension of our leg. Okay? It's really, really good. And then we work back into a warrior 2 and then back over and the same. So I'm going to talk you through it anyway, but I just wanted to give you a little so you can understand why you need the block. Okay. Brick in front. Take an inhale. And an exhale, forward fold, please. Hang out in there just for a second. Bend your knees halfway up, put your hands on the floor. Walk your left foot back, take your brick for a high lunge, crescent. Be happy with that, get some stability. Nice brick, put your brick up. Okay. So if you want to strain your leg at the back, you can. If you want to have more working on your hip, you can bend your knees. It's up to you. You don't really need to be stretching, just hold up. Okay. Pull the belly in, brace the belly. You'll feel it here, mainly around here and here. Take the brick in front of your elbows out. This is where I want your hands. Now, we are pushing to the left, twisting, but we're not doing it just like that. I want the gravity, so you take an inhale and you push to the left. And as you do, you push with the right hand, and the left hand, you push the gravity back. Take an inhale, push to the middle. To the opposite side, do the opposite. Try and stop it. Back. Push with the right, try and stop it with the left. Back. Squeeze. You're just squeezing. Again. And again. It's tough, you'll feel it. Inward breathe. How much pressure you put on is up to you. Okay, go back to the middle. Bend your knees and allow yourself to come up straight. Your toe tips at the back. Okay? Balance on the right foot. Inhale, drop your shoulders. Allow the weight to go on the right foot. Slowly move over for a warrior three. Oh, balance is not always good every time. Okay. Inhale, bring your knee in to the brick. Exhale. If you want to touch your toes as you're coming up and down, fine. Inhale. Exhale. You'll feel that on your glutes, the balance, but you're working your abs as well. Inhale. Exhale. Come back. Pain here a little bit, I get that. Then what I'd like you to do, when you've had a minute, is put your left leg up. Place that here, push these two together for tension, and just if you can, just look behind you for the twist. Pushing, so you get the lengthening in the abs. Hold. Again, tap your toe just to take off. This needs to go out to the side, and we'll extend the leg for a half moon pose. Watch. To tilt over, arms up. Hold, 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 hold. Bring it back in. Hold, hold. And then what I'd like you to do is take your left leg back, turn it out slightly at the side, drop, push yourself into a warrior two. Okay? So that means that the left leg foot is out, 90 degrees. The right leg is extended. Okay? Arms same, push through. And this is what it looks like from the side. Look, you gaze towards your right fingers and push through, holding your abs. What I'm going to ask you to do now is straighten your leg and then take the stretch over the other side. So all you'll feel here now is stretch of your abs and hold. Okay, do a really good job there. And come back and release. Take an inhale, so hands out to the side. Tadasana, extended Tadasana, where we take our hands out, push the air up, inhale, back bend slightly. Prayer to height. Exhale, prayer to centre. Okay, we are now going to do that on the opposite side, so make sure you've got your brick ready for the opposite lunge. Ready. To the top of the mat, please. Okay, raise your arms for an inhale. And exhale over. Just that. So, halfway, bend your knees, and then you can walk your left leg back. So your right leg back this time. Remember rightly. Take the brick, forgot what it was called, up in the air. Get yourself into a position where you're happy with, and bring it to the middle. You know what to do. Go into the left side. Inhale, push and squeeze that brick. Back in the middle. Exhale. Inhale, push. Back in the middle. Really feel it on the different sides. Same as. Elbows out when you're doing it. Really push the gravity. Come up. All the way to the front. Toe. Nice and relaxed. Balance. Grounded left foot. And then rotate over. into warrior three. Let me show you from this side. Are you ready? Inhale, brick. Exhale out. Focus. Out. Focus. Out. Focus. Out. Come back in. If you want to tap your foot, you can do. So all we're doing is taking the knee up like this, placing into the front for you. This at the knee, pushing the gravity and just twisting to the opposite side. Push and hold. Shake a little bit, don't worry. Bring it back down, toe to floor. We know what we're doing this, we're rotating over. So get your leg in the position you want it to be. Rotate over, place your block down, straighten your body and hold. Put some pressure on your glutes, a little bit there. Create through your ankles, pulling in your abs. And okay, we'll take your right foot down back, turn the ankle out, push into a warrior two. I'll show you from the side what that looks like. So we're opening the hips there, to warrior two. And then straighten up and allow yourself to get that nice stretch of the left oblique. Finish. And then come to the middle. Tadasana. Palms out, take an inhale, shoulders behind you. Prayer, release. Prayer to heart. Well done. So what you've done there is a number of different phases, and we are nearly at the end of this workout. So because it's a core workout, let me get my mats back to where we are so you can see me from the side. Perfect. We will be doing planks again. So we will forward fold, we'll go into a plank, and I'll just demonstrate, because this time we are not moving anything else other than tapping across our bodies. We are then going to move down. I'm going to do a locust pose, which looks like this. We're going to then do it again, but the next one is a bow pose, which looks like this, and I'll talk you through it. And then we move into the Lansana. Right, okay. Top of your mat, please. Take an inhale and forward fold. Walk back and lower to the floor. And come back up into plank. Okay, while you're in plank, take your left leg, leave everything where it is, no movement of the hips, it's just the leg. So tap left, hold the belly in. Tap right, across, hold the belly in. 3, we're doing it 8 times. 4, breathe. Lower to the floor. If you want to use your knees, you can do. Okay, take your hands out, palms facing up, hips engaged into the floor. We are lifting all our body. Take an inhale, lift. Your glutes naturally contract, relax your abs, allow them to relax. And all that does is contract the back. Hold. Hold. Stay there, lovely. And release. If you want to, you can come up on your knees before plank. If you're strong enough, just lift straight up into plank. Are we ready? Taps. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Lower. You can continue with locust, the first one, if you want to progress to bow, all you will do is grab hold of your ankles. You'll do exactly the same, but you'll be lifting everything, pushing your ankles towards your hands, and you'll take that pressure at first into your quads, but then they will release. Okay? Take an inhale, pull and lift up. After a bit, release it from the quads and into the back. And release. Lift up, sit into child's pose, please for me. And just allow yourself a minute. Okay, so I'm just looking at the time. Okay, we have just got a few minutes of some floor work, then we're finished. So please relax, allow your neck to relax. And then when you've got a minute, sit up. I'm just going to demonstrate what the next bit looks like. Have to take my headband out because we're lying back. I'm going to do a fish pose. So this is how you would do the fish pose. You would put your feet up, because it is a lower back bend. Put your hands under your bottom. Be happy with the support that you're giving your bottom. Elbows out on the floor. Lower your feet. Okay. This is how it works. You'll push your elbows into the floor, lift your chest, which will in turn automatically tilt your head so the crown's on the floor. This is what it will look like. You inhale, lift your chest, tilt your head. You get a small back bend. If you really struggle, it doesn't work for you, don't do it. And then options, you can come back down and lift up into a forward fold seated, or if you have the ab capacity, you can push up, arms up, and we go straight into a forward fold. When we've done that, we work into a boat. Well, there's a few options. And then after that, option one is you can have a supported leg lift. Option two, if your abs will allow, you can roll into a supported shoulder stand where we will just split the legs so I can work on the obliques. Okay, come with me. Lie down, feet on the floor, hands on the bottom. We need feet on the floor just so we can understand the pressure. Okay, we can understand where our hands need to be. Now we've found that, elbows out, straight. Okay, are you ready? Push your elbows to the floor. Okay, lift your chest until your head. An option whether this is working is you can actually take your elbows off the floor knowing you're comfortable because your back is taking all the weight. Stay there. If you've got a sore neck, don't do it. Just lie there. Because you're only missing out on a few seconds. Take an inhale. You can either lie down, back down, come up, or come up in this position with your elbows up. Take a big inhale. Tilt your pelvis. Forward fold. Hold on to your toes. Nose towards knees. If you can't hold on to your toes, hold on to your calves or ankles. Okay. Relax. Relax your head. And come back up. Okay. Feet to floor, hands behind. Take an inhale, lift your legs. Exhale, hands off. You can stay like this or this. If you want to go for progression, stay like this. Hold. Hold the abs. And lower. Up to you. This or this. If you go into shoulder stand, take your right knee towards your nose, bend your left knee down, and just open your hips. Support your back, really important. Make sure your neck is lengthened and not contracted. Okay, roll back into Lie in position, feet on the floor. We're going for another fish pose. Okay? Allow yourself to get in the position. Get your support legs out. Take an inhale, elbows out, lift. Feel that lower back. Extension. Lift up, arms up, tilt spine, forward pose, forward fold. Okay, come back up, feet to the floor, take an inhale, legs up, exhale, hands off, legs straight, whichever one you want to do. Release, roll into shoulder stand or supported leg lift. Make sure your neck lengthened, left knee to nose, right knee bent the opposite way. Feel like your obliques. Make sure you support that. And then come back to the beginning. And I'd like you just now to finish off, to come to kneeling, take your block, put the hair back up. We are just going to finish off with something a little bit easier. Okay, I'd like you to do, take your kneeling position, tilt your abs forward, embrace your core, hip width apart, arms up. Take an inhale, and on the exhale to the right hand side, put the block down on the floor. Use this block now for your weight and push over so you get the stretch. And the exhale, you get the stretch all the way down here. And then inhale. Same again, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Sit back. And all I'm going to ask you to do is just relax. So it's a lie down, but I want you to be in a position where your legs are out. If you're not pushing that, you've just got your palms of your feet together, the bottom of your feet, should I say. And then you're just relaxing, shoulders to the floor. So these should just naturally fall out. It doesn't matter how low or high you are. The reason why I want to do this is because it just, as we relax, it takes the whole pressure off your back. Opens your hips naturally, takes the pressure off your back. And we're just going to spend a couple of minutes relaxing and breathing before we finish this. If you choose not to, you can leave, but I would advise this, go back to relaxation and grounding, just because of the work that we've done, just brings you back, takes the tension out of your muscles and allows you to carry on through your day or evening, depending when you're going to view this. Okay, so just relax. Okay, I'm just going to ask you to take an inhale, but just fill your lungs, probably half, and as if you're just filling them to the belly here. And then I want you to expel them out, like you're expelling like a balloon is taking all the air out, and push it out right the way through your abs. Now you think this is a bit strange, but actually as you're breathing through, and your mouth shut through your nose, it feels like it's going through your body. And yeah, it does make a bit of a noise, but that's good. It's your gyro breath. Okay. So I'm going to demonstrate the first one. It's a half, so it's an inhale. And as I push through, it contracted my hips and my abs. Then an inhale to about the diaphragm, pushes through. Then we go for the big one, filling the lungs right to the clavicle and push right through.
As we do, our body will naturally relax and the tension will move out. So let's do the first one. Take an inhale, halfway, push out. To the diaphragm, 3/4, inhale. Well done, the next one. Feel your shoulders completely relax and all the tension come out as your body releases all the breath. Big inhale to fill the lungs right way to the top. Inhale. Your balloon is empty, breathe evenly. Take your legs out now, straight. Flop your ankles to the side, flop your hands to the side. Just notice how you're breathing now. Think about where all your bits of your body meet the mat. Shoulder blades, the sitting bones, the ankles, and just let them relax. Think where your shoulders are and just think about whether they're quite, are they too near to your ears? Are you clenching them up? Just relax them, allow them to just take the tension out through the mat. So guys, I'm just going to do a couple of minutes with you. The recommendation would be to stay here about 5 minutes and notice all the body parts and how the tension is releasing out. So you can do that yourselves if you want to stay. But for now, I'm just going to ask you if you want to. If not, stay where you are. Just open your eyes, come back up, and bend yourself to the right hand side, push up. Okay. Stay where you are if you want to, just to continue that relaxation. For those who don't want to, back into a cross-legged position. Big deep breath. Shoulder roll. Prayer in the middle. Namaste. Well done, guys. Don't know whether you've noticed, but this is my new studio. So all the videos now will be done from the studio, so it's a bit more professional. And so if you also are local and do want to come into the studio and do some yoga with the rest of them for the social as well, then please contact me. So anyway, well done and have a lovely day.